the Palm Beach Polo and Country Club, the scene for sunny Sunday afternoons packed with the action of one of the world's fastest games. But ironically, for a photographer like Red Morgan, polo matches are often filled with long periods of inactivity due to the sheer size and type of play involved in polo.
One of the major obstacles I have in covering polo is the size of the field that they play it on. It's 3 football fields long by 2 football fields wide. These are the 3 lenses I use out here when I photograph polo action. This is a 300mm f2.8 lens. I frequently hand hold this lens. I consider it to be a wide angle. It's pretty fast and pretty sharp. The next lens in this arsenal is a 400mm f3.5. I consider it to be my normal lens. It's very sharp, very fast. I also use it on a monopod. Although I can hand hold it, I prefer to use it on a monopod. And last but not least is a 600mm f4. I choose to use it on a tripod. I could use it on a monopod, but I use it on a tripod whenever I can. And it's the equivalent of a moderate telephoto for polo. When I cover polo, I frequently set up in one of the 2 end zones. And the way the lighting is working in the afternoon dictates which end zone that I go to. And I like to shoot the polo players at peak action when they're coming towards the camera. They're actually coming towards the goal to score a goal, and that's when the most action can take place visually. Frequently you'll find polo players and their horses running into each other and bumping. I suppose it's a way of intimidating each other while they're going for the ball. It can be fast and furious. I have seen polo players take spills and falls, and it can be, in addition to fast, it can be quite dangerous. But I do like to set up in the end zone so I see the players coming at me, and when they're coming at me, they're frequently working for peak action to score a goal, and that's when I try to shoot them. I frequently shoot at low angles when I'm working the end zone. I like to be low so that as the players come towards the goal, they're getting closer and closer to the camera. Their outlines go up into the sky. The polo field that we have here at Palm Beach Polo and Country Club, where they have the finals every Sunday, has a wealth of real estate around it. And some of them are 2 and I think even 3 stories. And if you stand up, a person that's 6 feet tall, the background will always be, even though it's out of focus, will always be real estate, condominiums or villas or perhaps part of the polo house itself. But I prefer to get a very low angle. It's more dramatic. You're seeing it from the horse's hooves vantage point. You see the dirt flying, the sweat pouring. Frequently, I can get up for a high angle, and I like that too as a change of pace. I like to be way up high so that I have nothing but a clean background of grass. A pure green background can be visually attractive. Film selection is always a critical problem with me. If I'm fortunate enough to be covering a match on a nice sunny day with a lot of blue sky, I have been known to opt for a very, very slow film emulsion. I really like to use Kodachrome 25. And it's a real technical trial and tribulation to use a film that is as slow as an ASA of 25 and still get sharp images with these very long lenses. My 600mm lens maximum aperture is an f4, which is very good for a lens that long. About the fastest I can ever get away with a shutter speed is about a 500th of a second, which is fast enough when people are coming at you and the horses are coming directly at you. If they're going across the frame, it can be a little iffy. Boy, but I've even shot as slow as 2/50th and 1/25 with this film and gotten acceptable results when the action has not been too fast. It's a beautiful film. South Florida, or just Florida in general, has a wealth of ultraviolet light. I think it comes from having a lot of blue skies reflecting in a lot of water, and we have no soil down here. It's all sand. It's sandy, it's porous. A lot of the normal light that Mother Nature gives us reflects back up off this sandy soil, and you have a lot of white, blue-white that daylight color film photographs as blue. And years ago I started finding that I did a few tests, and I found that if I used Tiffin's filter numbers, the 81A filters, it's a slight warming filter over my lenses. It really helped counteract that effect. And back in the early days, I was shooting a lot of Ektachrome for newspapers, and it had a tendency to be somewhat bluish from ultraviolet as well. And I found that the 81A filtration really worked wonders. It helped give people's flesh tones that wonderful Kodak Kodachrome look. It was a godsend. So over the years, I've adapted filtration for all my shooting, and I pretty much keep 81A filters on all my lenses. Photography is really terrific. There's so many great stories to cover in this great big land. I frequently wonder how I'll have time to get to so many different things that I'm interested in. I thoroughly enjoy everything I do. I do not specialize. I cover everything. It's a wonderful time. I feel very fortunate to be doing what I'm doing in this life. I know a lot of unhappy people who don't enjoy getting up and going to work, and every day is a new challenge for me. Some mornings I'm in helicopters, other times I'm under the sea, other times I'm doing a CEO's portrait for Forbes. Sometimes I'm doing dolphins for Life magazine at a birthday party. Other times I'm doing polo for Halston. I'm doing polo for BMW ads, whatever. The point I'd like to make is that photography and editorial, corporate, and advertising photography, all three that I am involved in, is a terrific way to spend your life professionally. I never know what I'm going to be doing from one morning to the next.